Hi there, Lewis Clifford here, and I just wanted to talk about the law of attraction. The law of attraction, I don't know if you've seen the movie, it's called The Secret. I'll leave some links down below. But as a result of this, more and more people are becoming much more conscious of their own thoughts and the power to manifest things like prosperity, health, romance. Now, I know obviously a lot of people are very skeptical about that, and why wouldn't they be? How can your thoughts alone attract all these things into your life? I mean, to quote the Lego movie, it sounds like a load of old hippy dippy baloney. But actually there may be actually some science behind this, and I think it's worth us, looking at that. So how can you attract the things just by thinking about it, even the things you don't want? How do we attract them? So if you're curious about how the law of attraction works, then hopefully this video will explain it all to you. So I'm going to put this quote to you here. Your thoughts generate the actions you take in your life. I want you to think about that. The thing that confuses many people about the law of the attraction, aka the secret, is how can you attract something into your life simply by thinking about it? Well, you can't. But it's been scientifically proven that your thoughts have a significant impact on the electrical vibration of your nervous system, and that they therefore influence your emotional states and the actions which flow out of it. So if you're constantly thinking about things that you want, and if your vision and your mind is specific enough about what you want, it will send a message to the nerves within the muscles and prepare them for action. Now let me just expand on that a bit more. We spend a lot of your energy on dealing with the negative in life. It's just as humans, that's what we do, and not on our goals. So the negativity becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. For instance, you might say, oh, I hate my commute to work. I hate how I'm so busy at work. Or I hate being tired all the time. Yeah? Or we have a fear of doing things. What if I mess up? What if, I won't bother going for that job interview. I probably won't get it. What if I walk into a party, whatever, and everyone's staring at me because my flies are open? Or what if I mess this job interview up? All lots of things, and negative thoughts constantly filling our mind. You see, in life, most people focus on the things they don't like in life. And all your energies go in on focusing on those negative thoughts. And it becomes, a focus of destruction. And often we just create a slippery slope for all those things that we think are going to happen, all those negative things, to happen. A quick experiment for you here about negative mind thoughts and the way that the mind works. Have you ever, I've got some kids, and I remember when they were younger, one of them had a particular favourite toy of theirs, and I was rushing out with my daughter with her favourite little toy, and it was raining outside, and I thought, well, I don't want her to drop her little toy. So I said to her, whatever you do, don't drop your cuddly rabbit. Okay, whatever you do, don't drop your cuddly rabbit. And of course, what did she do? She dropped her cuddly rabbit. Why? Because her brain heard first, drop. Your brain reacts on action, on commands, and instantly it heard drop. And before it got to the time to process the don't bit, it had sent messages out to its body to enact the action words that it heard. Because the brain processes words in a certain way. And that's a simple example of how you can control your mind by what you say and your thoughts, and how your mind responds. So if you fill it with instructions, negative instructions or negative thoughts, it will act in a negative way. So it's better to say in those circumstances, keep hold of that thing that you have. Keep hold of the cuddly rabbit. In addition to this, we often bring the wrong kind of energy to the problems that we have because we're in a negative state of mind. I was on a course recently that's given to big corporations like Apple and Google and Microsoft about how to get the best out of their workforce. And one of the things that was stated on this course that I attended is it's not about the number of hours that we invest that determines the value we create. It's the energy we bring to whatever hours we work. So it's not about the 9 to 5, it's about the quality that you invest in the time that you do work. And this is what I mean by the wrong kind of energy. Everything is so much harder with negative energy. That's the only way to break down the barrier that we've, falsely put in our ways. So with our thoughts deep with negativity, it may mean that you don't take any action, that you're feeble, or you take feeble action, or you have a self-fulfilling catastrophic action. This is not some kind of magic or ESP or strange mind control. No, it may sound all kind of magical and highfalutin, but this is how 90% of people go through life. But there's that 10% of people who achieve their goals. So what makes them so different? And that is where the law of attraction comes in. So the question is, how can we use the law of attraction? So the law of attraction states that since you are attracting negative things with all these negative thoughts, you can attract positive things with positive thoughts. Makes sense, perfect, logic to me. So instead of worrying about the money problems and various issues, think about the incredible money you're going to create when you succeed. The actor Jim Carrey, famous comedian actor Jim Carrey, is a massive believer in the law of attraction, and he's kind of lived his life by it, as are many other extremely successful people. And it's not a coincidence that they're successful. So I was reading an interview with him where he said when he was a struggling actor and comedian in his early days, he had so much faith in his own abilities, and he was so focused on what life would be like when he succeeded. When he had no money, he wrote himself a check for $10 million for the acting services of Jim Carrey. He wrote himself a check, and he dated it Thanksgiving 2005. So this was years before that, and he kept the check in his wallet, and over the years it got a bit torn and faded and everything. But in 2005, round about Thanksgiving, he got a phone call from his agent, and they said, I've just got you this movie, it's The Yes Man, and you're going to get paid $10 million. And he'd so much focused on what success might look like, or what success would look like to him. And he made it his goal. And so that everything he did and everything focus he did was really, everything he subsequently did was focused on him being super successful. As it turns out, it became a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay? So the law of attraction is basically about shifting focus away from your problems and negativity and towards positive creation. If there's an issue that bugs you, don't focus on that one issue. Focus on creating a bigger and better outcome. The law of attraction is like the positive side of worrying about things. Now that sounds like a tautology, it sounds all backwards and contradictory, but it makes sense, bear with me. Instead of worrying about all the bad stuff that might happen if you do something, why not change it, the what ifs from negative thoughts, to change them to what if positive thoughts? What if you stopped worrying about the things in the negative and started answering what ifs with positives? You see, the negative side is how 90% of people live life. It's human. It's a human thing that we actually go through. We're conditioned, preconditioned almost, to think negatively. So we need to reprogram the way that you think. We need to reprogram the way that we think. You need to become aware of the subconscious way that we naturally fall into a state of negativity, and we need to arrest that and replace it with positive thoughts. And this is the law of attraction. You need to reprogram your brain, reboot it. You need to put the effort in. You need to start asking yourself, what if positive things? So what if I get successful? What if my business takes off? What if my relationship goes to another level? Focus on a positive creation. And you'll find that it works because you're starting to build a confidence, and you're starting to achieving, which adds to that confidence building. And through that process, that thought process, your actions will be shaped by your thoughts. You stop procrastinating and you start taking action. And therefore your actions attract the things you do want. Think about the things you want and not the things you don't want. Now, I know that sounds easy to say, and it is easy today, and it's not easy to do. It's not easy for us as humans to change the bad habits and thought processes of a lifetime. But if you focus and you work hard at it, it will become far more effortless for you. And you'll start to feel better about yourself and all the good things that will start happening to you. And they will happen because you're taking positive action created by your positive thoughts. So it seems like you are attracting all this good stuff like magic. But it's not some kind of voodoo or mumbo jumbo. It's because you're taking positive action. This is basically the law of attraction, and this is how the law of attraction works. And it can work for your relationships, it works for money, it works for business, it works for your love life, parenting, everything, and so much more. It's all about manifesting what you want in life. It's about focusing on what you want to be and what you want out of life, being very specific and working at it and reprogramming the brain away from those negative thoughts into positive thoughts. I am a millionaire. I am a millionaire. I am a millionaire. You don't have to be a millionaire to say it, but you start programming your brain into believing that, and that will therefore get rid of all the barriers that are restricting you from trying to achieve what you want in life. And if you're aiming for a better life or more money, you've got to get rid of the negative barriers that say, oh, you won't earn that money, and put yourself into a positive frame of mind so that you can manifest the things that you think about. It's not mumbo jumbo, it's not ESP, it's not voodoo, it's science. It's about reprogramming the brain so that you, with positive thoughts, so that you take positive actions, and through positive actions you will achieve what it is you want to achieve. And I have much more on this in other videos, but I just wanted to give a kind of a rough breakdown of what I consider law of attraction to be all about. Hope you find that useful. Click the website below. Thank you.